How's it going today, guys? On this episode of Inside an Accountant's Mind, I'm going to talk a bit about what apps I use to manage my portfolio of currently 18 clients. So when getting my business up and running and looking to scale my business, I ran into a lot of trouble of creating systems and automations to hold that growth. What worked for me was finding a few foundational apps that were cheap because I was obviously in the very early stages that could basically keep my life in order, keep my tasks in order, and ensure that I was able to continue delivering for not only the clients that I did have, but the clients that I was continuing to get. I'd like to first start by saying that I am not endorsed by any of these products. I guess I really don't pay for a lot of these products, but they also don't pay me. So all of these are just personal recommendations. First and foremost, my backbone, the one program that I would be the last to go and the one that keeps my entire life in order is project management tool Asana. I utilize the free version as I haven't really seen a need and the business isn't large enough to have, a ton of members or people who need access to it, so I've really been able to stick in that free trial run. But it is literally everything to me. From setting up my day-to-day schedule to week, to month, quarter to quarter and year to year. I know that sounds extreme, but in the accounting world, you really have to plan that out. There's nothing more important to me than utilizing Asana. It keeps me on track with everything that I need to do, when I need to do it, and who I need to deliver it to, and truly whatever I need, it's saved in there. Luckily for me, especially early on, as I was bootstrapping everything, Asana has a tremendous free trial. I shouldn't even call it a trial, it's just a free version that you can utilize until you really scale beyond, just basic capabilities or have a ton of members, which I still don't yet have. So I'm still rocking the free version, which I could not recommend higher and I don't feel any limitations using. I'll do a more formal video in the future, going more in depth about exactly how I fully utilize Asana. But for right here and right now, I'll just do a quick summary. First and foremost, I break it down into my personal. As I said, I utilize this for everything. It is truly my backbone. And then break it down into the different clients. And then within the personal and each client, I'll have daily tasks and I'll have reoccurring tasks. Daily tasks can be something as simple as checking emails. With 18 or so clients, it's obviously important that I keep up on exactly who to check and when. With clients across the country, it's obviously very important to keep up with the time zones and knowing exactly when I have to check, what I have to check for. So I break that down in daily tasks. I obviously check for new transactions that come through, any other requests within accounting softwares and stuff like that. So those all live within my daily task tab. Within recurring tasks, it can be weekly reports I have to send off. It can be weekly inventory checks, bi-monthly reporting, monthly reporting. I mean, truly everything kind of under the sun, but you can kind of see exactly how this grows to be the foundation of what I utilize because it keeps me on track with everything that I need to do every single day. Moving on from Asana and in my personal life, obviously as someone who has a tremendously busy schedule day in and day out, this sounds crazy, but I oftentimes forget to do simple things like, make sure I go to the gym, or even as crazy as make sure I have lunch. I'll find myself working through a lot of meals and stuff like that. So iPhone reminders, it's so simplistic, it is free. I'm sure if you have an Android phone, you have something as simple as that as well. But it really keeps me on track. At 10 a.m. every morning, it says, time for lunch. And I'm like, okay, cool. It keeps me to go and jump and to go and eat a quick lunch to make sure that I'm eating nutritiously each and every day. So I have those things ping me periodically throughout the day. Super easy set up, obviously free. It's on whatever phone you have, but something that I think not many people actually utilize, but it's obviously an app that tremendously impacts my day-to-day life. Last but not least, and I haven't found a free version for it, so obviously this video being focused around what apps you can use on a budget, this is the only one that actually needs a budget because it's the only one that's going to cost you anything. But that's getting all of your passwords in one place. As I said, with 18 or so clients, it is tremendously important to keep up on each account and be able to get in, without pinging and annoying the clients, but almost physically impossible to keep track of all the different logins to each thing, to each account, to each software, to each email, etc., etc., etc. So I would recommend using either 1Password or LastPass. I think both have pros and cons. I'll say the biggest pro to LastPass, if you're going to go that route over 1Password, is that it auto-populates. So when you say log on to bankofamerica.com, it'll actually have those passwords saved because LastPass is an add-in on your web browser, which is very cool. Maybe 1Password has it, I haven't seen it. But either way, if you have clients or anyone whatsoever and have to remember more than just your simple and basic logins, I would highly recommend getting either a 1Password or a LastPass. super secure. I've only ever heard positive things about them, and it'll truly be, once again, a foundational thing to keep yourself in order. One last request. I know that this is a video of me giving recommendations, but I feel like if you're watching this video, you're someone who's looking for efficiencies and maybe you can give me tips. So the biggest thing that I'm personally struggling with is finding an all-in-one calendar. I know that I've basically been talking about systems and automations to keep my life in order. If you can't tell, keep everything in one place so that I don't have, to keep running around all these different tabs, apps to figure out what I have to do. Calendars is something that I haven't yet mastered. So if you have any tips on how I can combine Outlook calendars, Gmail calendars, etc., and keep it all in one place so that I can ensure that I'm not missing meetings or, overlapping and scheduling overlapping meetings or everything like that, I would highly recommend it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I tremendously appreciate it. I do hope that you find these tips valuable. If you have any other tips for me or even just more to build on, I'm probably not fully utilizing all of these different platforms, even myself. Feel free to leave them in the comments below or shoot me a DM. I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Thank you.